Hello and welcome. In last week's video I took you from San Diego all the way to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan to Lake Superior, where I had to escape the black flies. I'm putting some pictures in here. You can see how aggressive they were. They were eating me alive and I just had to get out of there. So in today's video you come along as I cross into Canada, drive through Ontario, going to Ottawa, Montreal, and Quebec City. And I didn't stop at those cities because those were not my destinations. I'll take you along as we pass through some of the really wildest fall colors in Canada. I mean, the colors were amazing. And then we'll go to Fundy National Park in the Bay of Fundy in New Brunswick, where I'll show you the world's highest tide and show you some amazing features of this, I want to say, lesser visited national park in Canada, but it's a fantastic place to go to. So come along as I'll drive through Canada and I'll show you around. So this settlement here is called Dollar Settlement. That's the actual name of it. I'm on my way to Sault Ste. Marie. And here is this old train wagon. Just sitting here, doing nothing. I haven't seen any train tracks anywhere, so definitely a custom job, so to speak. So I have to say, as beautiful as this area is, as annoying are all those black flies in all different sizes and shapes that came into the camper today, just going in and out, even though I had my box screen up. So annoying as hell. My legs are bitten up like crazy. So it looks like a mountain area just based on the bumps and the red bites. So awful, awful, awful. I'm sorry, people, but I could not live here. This is just ridiculous. As much as I tried to keep him out of the camper, I killed many dozen today. I'm glad I have an electrical fly swatter that really helped to eliminate them. But this is just crazy. I mean, look at the landscape here. I mean, just look at the colors of the trees. Everything is beautiful. The coastline, Lake Superior, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But in summer you have the flies, in winter you're freezing your butt off? Come on. All right, I'm exaggerating, but you get the idea. This is not my type of area. I just cannot handle bugs and mosquitoes to that extent. This today was just awful, and like I said, I've been bitten everywhere. So awful, awful, awful. Small little village here. I think they even have a fire truck and fire department, emergency services facility. So probably volunteer fire department. Yeah, beautiful, but in the middle of the woods, surrounded by billions of flies. Oof. Yeah, beautiful lighthouse here. I did not catch the name because I saw it last moment and just pulled off into the parking lot. Beautiful little trail here along the coastline. And the best thing is there are no flies here. So very nice fog signal. There's the lighthouse again. Oh, there's a little island. Very different type of coast here. Very rocky compared to what I saw earlier. There are still some flies here, but not as many. So let's go up here. Good job, Shelby. So we're not going in there. I know the flies are just waiting for me. So come on, this way. There are some wild turkeys out here. Pretty fun. There's a whole bunch more here. Look at that, Shelby, huh? All the wild turkeys. I am on the big bridge in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan/Canada. On my way to Canada, I just paid the toll fee for this bridge. And now I'm crossing the border. And on the other side, Canadian Customs and Immigration will be waiting for me. So, and then I have to figure out how to change the truck from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. Probably should have done this earlier, but oh well. Well, that river looks pretty wild down there. Some decent rapids. Canadian flags, this must be the borderline.
Welcome to Canada.
And speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour. Yeah, not speed limit 50. I made it into Canada and it looks immediately 5 degrees colder than on the US side. Of course I'm making fun, but yeah, it definitely looks different. Good morning, I am in Sudbury, Ontario, and just got off the Trans-Canada Highway to go into the city to find a supermarket and some fuel. I assume it will be a little cheaper here than just keep going. So it's planning requires, or there's more planning required here with smaller cities, larger distances and all that good stuff. So looking forward to it. Sudbury, I haven't seen it yet. I just got onto the 55 from the Trans-Canada Highway. The city seems to have quite some industrial stuff going on. So there's the smokestack here. Already passed a few. There's another one here. So this one probably looks more like a power plant. The other one here was some sort of manufacturing, but I'm not an expert in that area, so it could be very different. But yeah, it's an overcast morning. The sun is coming up. It is 7:22 a.m. and I'm looking at a long day of driving east. So it's not the best landscape or scenery here, but the colors in the sky are great. Look at that sunrise here at the horizon in Sudbury, Canada. Hopefully we get a better shot here, just getting into these trees. Look at that sunrise. Those colors, fantastic. Good morning. Are you local? Can you tell me where I can find a grocery store, please? Huh? No? No? Come on, guys. You're from here. I'm not. Well, have a nice day. After restocking with groceries and filling up the fuel tank, I decided to carry on and head towards Ottawa and Montreal. As soon as I left the city, the fall colors were in full effect. I mean, look at these colors here all around. Fantastic. I really enjoyed my time driving northeast here from Sudbury. So as you can see here, the scenery has really changed. So I'm about 120 kilometers away from Ottawa, and you see more cars, more people. It's more open. It's, I don't want to say rural, it's more agricultural environment here. So there's a cornfield to my right at the moment, and I don't know if this was all forest at one point and then got cut down. If I look to the left, there's definitely still a lot of forest over there, so it would make sense that this at one point was forest, but this could have also be just open plains turned into agricultural fields here in the closer proximity of Ottawa. This is the town of Cobden. About 1,000 people live here. It looks bigger than 1,000 people, that I have to say. But they even have a traffic light. And Main Street goes to the right. There is the Chip Pit fresh cut fries. This Looks very good. It's actually, I want to say, quite busy there. Some people tailgating and either waiting for their food or enjoying their food. I don't have the time to try this today. Hello, Ottawa! Everyone has come out to say hello, and we're meeting here on the highway. Well, not fun on a Saturday afternoon. I'm just trying to make it through the city and get going. So this is supposed to be a 20-minute slowdown. Not fun. So if you look at the light pole over here, you can see the maple leaf, and it's on every other light pole. This one is pointing to the left, the next one would be pointing to the right, but quite cool, nothing fancy. That looks really nice. I made it into Quebec, and well, the speed limit is now 100 kilometers per hour. Ontario had 110, at least on the two-lane highways like here. And well, it is what it is. So I'm heading towards Montreal. The fall colors are fantastic. So I know it's not the peak just yet, but living in California, especially with the desert climate, these type of colors are not something that you see in Southern California. So I'm very, very happy with the fall colors, and looking forward to seeing more. It looks like I'm having to pay a toll here. I assume it's a bridge, but I cannot tell yet. But based on the signs, no cash accepted, just credit card or transponder. Well, I have credit card, should be okay. We'll figure it out. Well, sorry, I wasn't able to film it because I was just like, okay, how do I pay, and tried to figure it out. And well, it turns out I don't have to pay a toll here. Today it's free. Lucky me. And this is the bridge that we're crossing. I don't know if this is the St. Lawrence River or not. I have to pay a little more attention to what I'm driving through, but yeah, very impressive, very wide river, very cool. The roads are horrible here in Montreal. And then I see these large condo apartment buildings here mixed with some office buildings, but I don't know, I could not live in something like this, I guess. Good morning out of Quebec. I'm here about probably 100 kilometers north of Montreal, and stayed in this little park here. A couple of Vanlifers here that stayed here. There were some locals at night, but there are some hiking trails. I just took Shelby for a hike, but you can see here a beautiful park for the morning, and it was a really quiet night. I hear some geese in the distance, so really nice. Enjoyed my stay, can highly recommend it. There's this river outside here, and maybe that's where I heard the geese. Maybe I don't know. Do they sleep on land or sleep in water? Probably in water to be safe. But yeah, beautiful area here. I cannot pronounce the names correctly, so I will not butcher the French names. My apologies. Just not made to speak French. At least that's what my French teacher in school told me. So what you see here on the left side is the St. Lawrence. I don't know, is it a river or what is it called? Or strait. So I just made the turn away from the St. Lawrence River, and now heading towards New Brunswick. New Brunswick is about 95 kilometers away. I have fuel for 152 miles, so I will be able to drive through Quebec without having to refill my tank. Yay! Not that it matters, but yeah, that's the goal. I will make it into New Brunswick and then look for a gas station and take a break for Shelby and everything, So man, the fence on the right and on the left of this highway to protect the moose from the traffic and vice versa almost makes me feel like we're in a prison here. The colors over here are fantastic, just like earlier in Ontario and earlier in Quebec, but I really enjoy these fall colors. I haven't seen those in a very long time. So why am I heading to New Brunswick? I'm actually going to visit Fundy National Park in the Bay of Fundy. Fundy has the highest tides on the planet. It's actually really hard to wrap your head around. 160 billion tons of seawater flowing in and out twice a day. The scenery along the way was mind-blowing. I mean, look at all these trees, all these colors. It's hard to describe. You really have to see it in person. I really enjoyed this drive a lot. Once I got off the main highway, it felt like driving through a tunnel of trees. The scenery, you couldn't really see much other than trees, but it was still beautiful. I made it to Fundy and was greeted by these glorious views. It was a beautiful day and looking over the bay, fantastic. Good morning from Fundy, or better, the Bay of Fundy. So this is the body of water between Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Looks like a beautiful sunrise coming up here. And this is the place with the highest and lowest tide apparently. You can see the tide is just in full swing here. Beautiful sunrise on the horizon. So slightly different view angle here. This park is very dog friendly, by the way, so you're even allowed to take your dog down to the beach as long as the dog is on the leash. Beautiful colors this morning here. I really love it. And I think beach access, at least here's this one here, is a little further that way. So the colors are fading a little bit. Looks like it will be just, in quotes, a normal sunrise. Here people can have picnics with view at the bay. I'm pretty sure this is a very popular spot. However, I set up day camp over here. I stayed on the local campground. So the sun is up. It looks like the water is coming back, filling the bay. I think around noon, 12:06, 12:26 is when the tide is at the highest, and then around 1825 it's when it's at the lowest again. But yeah, beautiful day here at Fundy Bay. Later on I went for a drive to explore the park a little more, and man, I was just impressed with how beautiful this park is and surprised that it's not one of the most visited national parks in Canada at all. So here I'm at the Herring Cove viewpoint. Great view at the beach, or at the bay, correct myself here at the bay. And we'll see how far you can go down. I see stairs going down, so maybe this turns into a little hike. I wouldn't mind to get some steps in today. Shelby is sniffing out the neighborhood. Well, let's go up here first. Come here. Actually, quite a cool trail here on the steps down. Well, we'll have to walk all this up here, but what a cute little hike. Shall we wait? Well, this hike was definitely worth it. Yeah, so this entire cove fills with water when the tide is coming in. You can see over here how high the water level is. So that is probably about 8 feet from where I'm standing up. So that is a lot of water. But look at this, beautiful. especially now with the light, late afternoon. Fantastic. Shelby's doing fantastic so far. Walking up the stairs, the two biggest ones we have already. These are all shorter ones, but don't underestimate the difference in elevation. We have to go all the way to the top here. Fantastic job, Shelby, huh? You're doing great. I would say we're halfway up. Don't eat anything. Bah, bah, bah. Shelby's trying to grab a snack or whatever it was here on the steps. Here's the Point Wolf covered bridge. It's 4.40 meters tall, so I had no problems going through with the Baja. And I'm definitely not in close to 23 tons of weight, so really cool experience. Here's Point Wolf. Not much water here. I assume it's more a river running into the ocean, so this is not ocean water pushing into this area, but I could be wrong. So So since I'm not a fancy YouTuber with the whole camera set up everywhere, well, this is how I'm gonna cook tonight. I will just use my hot pot, $29 or whatever it is. Works great. I will make some ground beef. I will have some bell peppers. The red brother is over there. I'm probably not cutting that one. And now I will make some pasta first. And then I will throw it all together and yeah, we'll have a yummy meal. The local squirrel here in the National Park campground is teasing Shelby. The squirrel is on this tree here somewhere. Well, Shelby was sleeping at first and now she's like, okay, I'm waiting for you. I'm gonna get you. So the good Barilla pasta is cooking. The rotini are some of my favorites. They might need a moment longer. Oof, camera is jetting. Oof, too much. And I realized I'm out of some basic stuff to make a brown sauce. I'm not a good chef, so I use some pre-packaged stuff, but mix it with heavy whipping cream and salt and pepper and all that good stuff. Well, tonight I have to improvise. I don't want to use just ketchup. So what do I have here? I have the good Costco Kirkland pink salt, the black pepper, and then the applewood rub. So that's what I will use for the ground beef. And then I have a grass-fed butter, and I have heavy whipping cream. So that will be good enough to create some flavor and mix it all together in the end. So the ground beef is cooking together with the bell pepper. I added plenty of salt, pepper, and some applewood rub. This is all cooking in the grass-fed butter. This was lean ground beef, so there's not much fat other than the grass-fed butter in here. And then we'll add the pasta and some heavy whipping cream in here, and it will taste just good. So I'm sitting here in Fundy National Park and it's raining. Yeah, it was in the forecast. It's just today till late tonight. And it's actually quite nice in the camper. Just hearing the rain on the roof, it's relaxing. Shelby and I went for lots of walks already. She will probably get wet this evening because it doesn't show any rain break coming up. But it's nice to sit here having the monitor and the computer out. And yeah, just listening to the rain is actually pretty relaxing. Yeah, you can see the water standing here on the field. Quite some rain coming down, much more than expected. And it's harder. I was expecting probably more softer rain here at the coast, but maybe I'm just used to the West Coast rain and not what's happening here at the Atlantic. Cape Enrage with a nice lighthouse. Unfortunately, this park is closed today. There's a nice viewing platform over there. I guess it's off season, but there's quite a few cars here, so beautiful. So that was it for the second part of my trip to Canada here in fall 2025. I hope you really liked and enjoyed what I showed you here, especially the Bay of Fundy. I think is one of those lesser known places in Canada. I really enjoyed my time there, and I will come back with a little more time on my hands to enjoy some of the hiking trails and really explore this park a little more. So that is it for this video. In the next video, I will take you along as I go to Prince Edward Island, visit my friends Rob and Heidi out there, and show you some of those parts of Canada. I haven't been to Prince Edward Island, so I was really looking forward to this visit over there. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well. Then I would say I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.